Two young boys were exploring the bush near where they lived. They went out, the area's littered with old mine shafts, and just by chance they came across one of these shafts with a kangaroo down it. They raced home, told their dad, Dad called for help, and that's how I got involved. So you can't abseil down into a mine and end up down the bottom with a large live male kangaroo. That's not a great idea. So the first step was to get my tranquilizer gun and to deliver a dart so that he could fall asleep and then we could safely go down into the shaft. So the technique that we would use is for me to abseil down into the shaft, to take a rescue bag with me, to put the animal into a bag, and then I get back out of the shaft, and then a number of us can all haul him back up again, because he wasn't a small kangaroo, he was a large male adult kangaroo, so he weighed in at about 40 kilograms, which is roughly 90 pounds, so we had our work cut out for us.
There's our boy. Are you okay?
So once I got him back home, we put him into one of our shelter sheds on a nice bed of straw with an enclosed yard, and the plan was to just let him wake up nice and calmly. It got extremely cold and rained heavily, and when we went out and checked on him at about 10:30 at night, we found him hunched over, looking absolutely miserable, shivering, and we had no doubt that if we'd left him there, he probably wouldn't have survived the night. So given the condition we found him in, we took him up into our house, dried him off, put him on electric blankets, and basically monitored him very, very carefully throughout the night, because he actually looked like he wasn't going to make it at that stage. To our absolute relief, by morning he was looking so much better. He stood up, he started eating grass, and he ended up spending the best part of a week inside our house, and it was a wonderful experience. He realised that we were there to help him and that we were no threat. Every time we rolled up with a handful of fresh green grass, he would hop up and eat out of our hands and allow us to pat him, and he was just beautiful, and it was such a treat to be able to save a beautiful animal from such a dire situation. So after Brad spent 8 days in our house with us, getting hand-fed and patted, he got much better and he improved fully. So Brad had had enough, and he was telling us he wanted to go back home, and so that's exactly what we did. We picked a nice day and we sedated him again. I drove him back to the area where the mine shaft was and where he lived and where his family would be, and I had the pleasure of sitting there watching him slowly wake up, eat a bunch of grass that I brought him, get up, realise he was back home again, and then hop off back into his familiar environment. He absolutely knew he was home, and it was just an absolute joy to see the expression on his face and realise that the whole thing was just a bad dream.